Hey everybody, Laura St. John here from Strong Confident Living with a juicy hot topic on attitude. What it is, how to flip a negative attitude right now, okay? If you don't have a negative attitude, you may know someone who has a negative attitude today, right? So you can gently hit the share button, share this on your page, and you just might help someone move out of a down spiral into what I call an up spiral by shifting one of the most important things we have as human beings, which is our attitude. I want you to really soak this broadcast in because this goes deep into how you see your day and literally how you can set up your day into a positive path or a negative path, okay? Because your attitude really introduces you before you walk into the room, okay? Before you literally physically walk into the room, your attitude projects itself and people can really tell. And I always tell people this, just go stand in line at the local coffee shop and I bet you are perceptive enough as humans, right? We can tell, we can take the pulse on ourselves and know what our own attitude is. I don't feel great, everything looks or she's obviously disgruntled. You can see who has a negative attitude or a positive attitude really quickly. Now, where do attitudes get misperceived or I don't know if that's a word, misinterpreted, maybe it's a better word. They get perceived as often behaviors. Someone will see someone with a crappy look on their face or doing something in a negative way, and they'll be like, ugh, she's got an attitude. And with that, the word attitude often has a negative connotation. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Valerie, Serena, Marsha, Colorado peeps, Cindy, love you guys. All right, Ronald, good to see you all. Let's think about this. This is a hot topic. I'm going to spend the entire week on attitude, FYI, on how to flip an attitude in multiple ways. But today is the 101 juicy sauce of this lesson. And then next week's willpower. Okay, I don't want to, before I forget, I'm going to be doing an open to the public, the willpower workshop, the willpower workshop on Monday, October 5th. 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, open to the public. The Zoom link's going out later today. And if you are in our membership, we'll be talking about this in our group private coaching at a deeper level. You guys know me by now. I love to bring as much content as possible, what I call freemium, out to the free world because I believe these messages need to be heard more than ever right now. Right? So if you're doing the deeper dive work with me in our membership, awesome. I can't wait to see you all. I'm doing a new members welcome tonight at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. That will be live right on our Facebook page here at Lauren Scott and Strong Confident Living, our group too. So if you are not yet a member and you want to see a sneak peek of what you would get if you join in, I'll be doing the review of that as I welcome our new members in. Welcome new members too. Besides that, people who have just found our page, stumbled upon this broadcast, or joined our membership at laurenscott.com. Wherever you are, you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. Trust in that and embrace in that. Yes, this is a topic so friggin' relevant. Thank you, Chad. Hey, Tara. Yes. Girl, I got you. All right, how do we flip a bad attitude? Number one, what is attitude? It is how you feel. I'm gonna ding that. Take the pulse on your feelings right now that your attitude is not just your behaviors. It's part of it, right? Your behaviors reflect your attitude, likely. And if they don't, you're in an attitude mismatch. Because if you're yeah, everything's fine. When I'm running late and Scott's in the car already with the face on and he's like, no, it's fine. No, that's an attitude mismatch, being he's steam coming out his ears. And you know what I mean? So it's you guys know there's two parts to this attitude, and it is more importantly how you feel. The pulse on how you feel radiates. It's what I call your ooze. Okay, that's the Laura St. John term. What do you ooze out into this world? Is it positive? Is it radiating positivity? Or is it spewing out anger and negativity and complaints and all the blah? You practice your attitude by practicing emotional habits that then precede physical habits. So when you want to change your life, right? Those of you rolling up your sleeves, doing the work with me on mindset, congratulations, pat yourself on the back for doing the work. Those of you doing the work with me is literally, this is a process to flip your attitude. I'm going to give you the 3 like baby steps that are so deep in this broadcast today. But rolling up your sleeves and following through on this is a process, because it's sometimes not, it's simple to be aware of, oh my gosh, my actions do not match my attitude. So there's a mismatch, right? I'm saying I want to say I can, I will, Laura. I want to feel the I can, I will energy of your community, but I'm feeling like I can't and I won't. Okay, I'm feeling really down on myself. Okay, well, that's just own it, right? So owning the attitude in order to be aware, in order to flip it. But guys, this is so huge because, again, an attitude often gets a bad rap because someone sees someone acting a certain way. They're like, oh, she's got an attitude. We all have attitudes. The question is, are they positive or negative? And the question is, this is a huge nugget, are you matching it with the actions that are in alignment to how you are feeling? Because once you do, you are powerful towards the down spiral if it's negative, and you are powerful towards the up spiral, even more powerful if it's positive. So as an example, if you are feeling really negative about yourself, like I am not enough, I'm never going to be thin enough, I'm never going to be able to get on this like program or figure out Simple 6 or all this stuff, like it's just so overwhelming. And if that's how you're feeling, and then you start eating the chips and going into action and stepping on the scale to see whether you should punish yourself and, you know, based on how bad you were this weekend, and you're like matching all of your negative actions and moving into action through the negative feels that you feel, you are matching an attitude, which is how you feel, with those actions. And when you match action, like follow through while feeling negative energy, and then following through with negative behaviors that support that negative, AKA down spiral. You're human. Everyone can relate to this topic. Everyone's been there, including myself, into down spirals and struggles. My job as a mindset coach is to help you become aware of them so they KIFS, keep it effing simple. And you're probably like, I like, it's like a breath of fresh air when you learn the content and see how simple it can be to flip it. Because step 1's always awareness. So if you flip that to the positive, being like, I'm feeling like I can, I will today. I'm feeling a little more positive energy, and I'm matching it with a healthy snack and a 15-minute beginner workout by Scott, and, you know, doing like enrolling in your membership and doing the program and rolling up my sleeves, and maybe not doing the work every day, but even if it's 3 out of the 7 days, and then it's 4 out of the 7 days until it's every day with me, then guys, that is pivotal up spiraling, dramatic shifts and changes into your life. The world needs this now. Why do you think all this stuff is bubbling up and being exposed? Deep stuff happening in our world right now, and you might feel a lot of the depth of it. And if you do feel the emotional depth of what is going on right now, then that means that's your own ding dang. You're ready to do the work. You're ready to roll up your sleeves. You're ready to say goodbye to 2020 and like this baggage that it may have exposed for you, and in order to create the new you by stop struggling against your old attitudes. Because attitudes are truly what you believe about yourself in this moment. And then you're projecting what you believe about yourself. Like, I feel crappy, I feel unhappy. Well, now everything outside of me doesn't look so good either. You're going to point out, like in that alignment, you're going to see through that lens everything that's crappy. So instead of, if it's like raining out right now, you'd be like, ugh, it's raining. Now I can't do this and I can't do that. And you're going to like, your brain is constantly seeking alignment for how you are feeling. And then again, if you then take as a human being free will, the power of willpower, which I'll talk about all week next week, and doing it in the big workshop, Monday, October 5th, write that down, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, get into my workshop. It is free. It's juicy. It's going to be an hour long. You guys, when you go into that follow through action, it's just so unbelievable. So I'm going to walk you through 3 steps right now, because nothing's more exciting to me than when people shift their awareness and start doing the changes. It's like life-changing. I mean, life-changing, your life can be different within this week, right? Your life can be different by Friday. What is your intention? Where's your struggle? Let's stop struggling against your old attitudes and create a new attitude So you create a new lens towards the vision and goal that you want for yourself. I'm spending a week this week, Monday through Friday, on these 9:30 Pacific time broadcasts, 12:30 Eastern times every day to talk about the content, because on the people in our membership who are getting it in the self-paced, this is the week of attitude that you're working on this on the inside and doing the work. So I invite you into that when you're like, I'm ready, Laura, I'm ready to do the work. All right, let's go into action and follow through. You got now I'm doing the group private mindset coaching for the entire group, right? To lead you through it so you take the action steps and actually follow through with consistency and not fall off. So number one is awareness, guys. What are you aware of in terms of your attitude? What are your signs? Sometimes I go like this. Like, what are your physical signs? What are your behaviors when you feel your attitude getting negative? Do you withdraw yourself? Do you just want to go hide in your bed? Do you cry? Do you spew out anger? Do you throw up your hands? I'm so done with this. I can't take it anymore. I can't take another thing. What do you do? As if all the control and power is outside of you. What do you do when you're feeling that lack of attitude and control? So what are your physical signs? Know them. If you don't know them, study other people and be like, oh, I wonder if I do that. Do I tap my toe when I'm in disgust? What do I do when I'm feeling negative? I know what I do. I go into overwhelm. I start wanting to just clean and control the pieces and have everything neat and organized. And it's probably now I'm recognizing Scott and I laugh. That's if I'm not being at least you complain. I used to complain. And then I realized that's not taking me out of it. Right. And I could go there, Marcia. And I'm I could just sit there. I can complain to a family member. That's going to make me stew in this negative attitude, spewing it out to the world. Now actually formalizing it by a verbal word out into the world. It's what are you doing to practice grumpy? What are you doing to practice unhappy? Because you can shift your attitude right now and change everything by stop the struggle against the old in order to create the new. That is my job. Okay. That's why I'm always I'm not a therapist. I'm not going to poke at your problems. They're there. Just leave them right now. Nip them and zip them. And let's move forward a little bit. And at some point you'll figure out maybe why you went through all that or endured all those struggles and all that. That is not part of my job. My part of my job is literally to move you out and forward and up into what you want to create. All right. So what are your signs? I hold it. I know it's not healthy. Oh, girl, I used to do that too. Valerie, I'm literally one with you, girl. I used to bottle it all up because I hate confrontation. I love to please. I love everybody to be happy. I thought I'd own an ice cream shop when I was a little girl because I just wanted to hand out cones to everyone in the world, right? With sprinkles and all that. You guys, for those of you who bottle it up because you don't want to confront the situation, you are ready to face the old you, but not in a struggly way and not in a, oh, I'm so grateful all that crap happened to me way either. You are ready to be I'm going to face you because that's no longer me. And the new me is going to be so much stronger, so much more confident, so much more clear and crisp and powerful. And in that strength of clarity, I can move forward. And that is a process again. It takes love and it takes time. That's why if you guys are following in the membership, my biggest transformation class is not these 5-day mini crash courses that I also have in there. It's the 6-weeker. It is a 6-week deep dive that takes some people 2 months to go through because the content's that deep. Okay, so recognize your signs and then recognize if you're stifling it, okay, that negative energy that you're pushing in like a bottle, if you were a vessel, which your physical body kind of is, right? And you're going to stuff that problem here, and stuff that problem there, going to stuff that problem here. It's all going to land inside your heart because that's an emotional tug. It's going to create an emotional attachment to that thing that you actually want to get rid of. You're actually going to make more of a attachment to it. And at some point, you're literally going to explode, okay? Because that's going to be, then with that explosion negative energy, it's going to prong you into pain, which is going to prong you into motivation from an external negative source, which is going to really push you to change. But when you're doing it from negative, you're setting yourself up for a disaster, which is where a lot of people ride a negative roller coaster, because you're going to change, but because it's not coming from like positive inspiration, it's coming from negative motivation, that external push of I feel so much pain, I've bottled it up for so long, and I feel such an angst now, I'm going to explode, and that explosion energy is going to give me all this energy of change, and now I'm going to get on this new path or do this new diet or do this new plan. And because negative energy, I'm telling you, never is sustainable, it fades, and then you're going to go through the same process again. This is like what a lot of like fad diets and all these things out there, like they know this stuff and they market to it, and bothers me, because I'm like, oh, all the people that then are feeling that angst, like just want to get onto the next thing. And what I need you guys to recognize in that moment is you need to have, first of all, Valerie, a really healthy way to get that out, okay? Like whether that's writing stuff in the journal, whether that's hitting a punching bag, whether it's doing a workout, whatever it is, like you need to recognize that that's not good for the human body, okay? That is not good for your body at all. Your body wants to be in a state of wellness, and by pushing negative energy and resentment and anger in, it needs to get out, which is why people explode. Okay, it's why anger spews out, because it's not healthy to be contained inside. So at the end of every day, I'll walk you through this because I know you're in our membership program. I'll personally walk you through this at some of the in our private coaching sessions, because it is a process that I could walk you through that I do at the end of each day to let that stuff go. Because attitude is everything, right? Attitude's everything. And just knowing your signs and being aware and knowing that you want to change all this is key. Because my example here is of someone like kind of spewing it out, right? Like here's an example with flipping a negative attitude. You step on the scale in the morning, you think you've been good all weekend, suddenly you're 3 pounds more, and then you're like, OMG, what gives? And then you walk outside, there's laundry all over the house. You're like, now my kids aren't even like picking up after themselves. You walk into your kitchen, your husband's making something that's like super unhealthy. And you're like, now you're making this. Don't you know I'm trying to eat healthy? And like everything feels negative because maybe you just stepped on the scale, and you know, that put like that negative spin started you into a negative attitude, maybe even when your attitude was actually okay a few minutes before, right? So what are your signs? And when you don't contain the negative attitude, like what I'm saying, and then you start putting action along with the negative feeling, like, might as well just eat it with my husband who doesn't really care that I'm trying to eat healthy. Then you eat the unhealthy thing versus seeing the other side, which is like maybe he was actually trying to help with the kids and cooking and all this other stuff. Like there's a positive to every negative. It just depends on your attitude and what you're seeing in the moment, right? That literally changes your day. So you have to see that the attitude oozes, and it's not just behaviors. But when you now match and flip it in these 3 steps, number 1, awareness. Number 2, okay, it's not just awareness. And really write this down and be intentional throughout your day today. Test yourself. What is my attitude in this moment? Literally take your pulse and be aware, being like, I have a positive attitude. No wonder why I'm seeing like the smile on my kids' faces more and this and that, right? Like you're going to see more positive things. So what you feel is what you see, quite simply. Number 2, if you're still feeling the negative attitude, all I want you to do in terms of flipping it is actually nip it. I want you to nip it and I want you to zip it. I want you to just be like, oh my gosh, this is when I would typically complain. I hear it about to come out of my mouth to my mother-in-law or whatever. Like I'm about to spew out complaints. I'm going to not bottle it up, but I'm going to nip it because it's different. It's owning it. It's not stifling it. It is owning it, being like, I'm feeling negative right now. I'm going to own this feeling. I am human. I am normal. I'm meant to experience up and downs, but I'm meant to go through them and not be stuck underneath them. Okay? There's a huge difference. So I want you guys in this second step to just commit to nipping it because you're aware of it in an unfearful way, which means then you're not stifling it. So that's huge. Number 3, flip it. You need to flip it into something more positive, 1 degree, 1 little notch. If it was like a little volume thing on the volume control, I'd be like 1 notch on your ring or on your phone. I'd be like 1 dot, 1 dot. Do not like be like, because if you're feeling like I'm a badass, then you're going to feel like I'm a badass. You're going to go crush your workout. But if you're not feeling a badass and then like you're trying to say I'm a badass, again, that's back to what I talked about earlier. It's mismatch where you're like, you can't like follow through with action and say certain things if you're actually not feeling it. It causes a misalignment and you will feel like you're scattering your energy everywhere. You'll feel pulled in multiple directions. You won't feel grounded or centered or balanced or clear. So all of this takes work, but I simplify it. Okay, so I know I'm talking a lot today, but there's 3 simple steps. Number 1, I'm aware of it. Number 2, I'm nipping it. Zip. And number 3, I'm going to flip it by broadening the language, being like, maybe I can't say yet, I can, I will, or I'm a badass, or I'm going to crush these workouts. But maybe, I can just amp up my attitude a little bit. Let me look outside of myself and just say, you know what? But what I can do today is tighten up my meal plan a little bit. Okay. What I will do, so if you're not feeling I can, I will, like crush a workout, take the I can, I will energy and do something little with it. Like I'm just saying, I can tighten my meal plan. I will prepare breakfast today. I will organize, a little me time at sunset, 2 minutes as I watch the sunset. Can I give myself 2 minutes to just reflect on I had a better day today? Okay. I will set a better intention for myself. I will hold the line like we talked about the other day. I will draw the line for myself that I want to make myself feel a little bit better today, okay, by recognizing and becoming more aware of my attitude. Just commit to that. Like start baby steps, which is always my process with you guys because the little things are the big things. And when you flex these muscles on a daily basis with the littlest things, like I'm going to choose my cute little bowl, put a tiny little snack in, eat it, stay a little more balanced today than I did yesterday, and bam, I am on track. I'm feeling better. Then you are practicing success. You're allowing it in. You're going to amp up your attitude. You're going to feel more positive. You're going to dissolve the negativity that keeps bubbling up with love and time. And that's why I keep telling you guys, you have to do the work. I see you on this broadcast, and I'm going to have a whole lot of you on replay. Please do me a favor. And if any moment that you're like, oh, that little tip could help another human being on this planet, that is why I've literally spent my entire morning on this broadcast for the world. Because I'm like, if someone just hits the share button and helps some other human that I do not know who needs to hear this message, that is what the world needs right now. Us collectively coming together, committing to a better attitude, maintaining a happier attitude is the work. And that is what I will privately and personally as a group in our membership guide you through to step into that. Roll up your sleeves. Don't just watch me, but actually take the actions and do it in the next 24 hours. So for those of you who are in our stuff, okay, and those of you who are not, again, these are the dates coming up. These are the dates coming up. And yes, Marsha, one good thing today. Don't worry about yesterday in a way of undoing. There's just now moving forward, people. Now moving forward. If you're stuck in the past, you're going to keep projecting it forward. So just nip it for a moment. It was what it was. You may be still experiencing that pain. Tell yourself it's okay. You're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. You are human. Everyone goes through ups and downs and struggles, but it is time for you to write the next chapter, and it is time for you to not give your attitude pen to anything else. Okay, because if you are out there blaming everything in the world that's happening right now as a means to this is why I'm feeling stuck and this is why I need to complain and these are all the things happening to me, then you are literally giving away all your control. Okay, you can create your next chapter. And I am going to give it to you in the everyday plans. In the everyday plans that are like, here's a little 15-minute workout to help you feel good. Here's a little snack tip. Here's a little mindset tip. And everything from me is mindset into the everyday moments. So you can change your life like in a dramatic, that's what I keep saying. like 1 week different. Like you're in different shoes in the same body. Well, maybe if you're losing weight, you're also getting thinner and lean and mean, and you're like, because you taking care of yourself is the best gift you can give everybody that you love. Okay, a better you. So all these lessons fit together, like last week's juicy, like new content, how to draw these lines for yourself and stop moving them for other people and things and situations, how to draw these clear lines and maintain the line, which is the work. How to maintain the attitude, okay, is the work. Because I promise you, I've spent years practicing happy, okay? It's now exuded in my physical self, right? I can project happy in a really large scale now and move things because I've practiced this exact work that I teach. Okay, so if you're like, I'm so sick and tired, Laura, of I don't know what makes me happy. I don't have time for myself. I'm so sick and tired of not prioritizing me. And I'm like, giving. I'm exhausted. I'm sick and tired of struggling against the old. I want to create the new. You guys, it's the year of you. If you commit to the 1-year program we are throwing in right now, October, November, and December. Are you kidding me? Go to laurenscott.com and do the work with me. I will see you tonight, Monday, for our new member welcome call that will go live onto Facebook so you can see what comes with your membership. And on Wednesday, I will see you guys who are inside the membership for our exclusive private group coaching on these topics, where I will go deeper into action steps with you and do Q&A with you. And then on Monday, October 5th, join, it's open to the public, the Willpower Workshop. How to take all the lessons that I'm kind of spewing out this week on attitude and roll them into how do you flex choices and actions that are in line with where you want to be going. That's the Willpower Workshop. So guys, listen up. Things are getting juicier here, and they're getting even more clear. You could probably even tell. Exactly, Michael. Whatever you practice, you get good at. I used to practice having no time for anything, especially myself. I used to practice like feeling really judged as I got feeling more powerful. I used to practice complaining. I used to practice all of these negative things until I had my own ding dings years ago and started doing this work. And it's so juicy. Megs, I just love you. Chad, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here today. It's so exciting when I wake up in the morning and see who's joined in. Like, I can't even tell you, like, my heart goes like up into, like, I like bounce out of my body or something. When I see you guys join in, and I'm like, yep, she's ready to do the work. Ooh, he's ready to do the work. Especially you guys. So many women in there. And it's like so exciting for me when I see the men join in too. Because it's like, this is the opportunity. Pens in your hand. Chapter 8 is happening. Chapter 7 might have felt like a struggle, just like chapter 2 in your life. Chapter 8 is like ready to be written. And I want to help you guys write it. It is so good. You guys are awesome. I've talked a whole long time. Yes, love it. Ding, ding, ding moments. You guys are inspiring me. Have you checked out Strong Confident Living? I literally feel like I'm posting there like every 2 seconds. Like, I hope I'm not annoying my family because I'm constantly like taking pictures of all our food, what we're doing, how like the boys surprised me and cooked last week. You guys like love that post. There's so much excitement happening. And then I see the positive momentum because like I feel like I could be a rock for the family sometimes, right? We are all the rocks in our own world, but then like it creates a difference around you. Like, ask my 2 boys, or like, just can you go around to the supermarket? I'm doing a webinar. I was doing a workshop for you guys. And then like they wound up cooking for me. And then you guys love on that post, like as much as I do. So I have been like a posting mad woman. You guys go into Strong Confident Living if you're not in our group of over 35,000 kick-ass people from all over the world. Start posting. I love it. You guys, I wake up and I'm like, who's posting? Who's commenting? Who's liking? Who's all this? Right? It's not meant to be perfect. It's just meant to be perfect for you. Okay, wherever you are in the process, trust in yourself, trust in it. Stuck is just a feeling. I can't wait to help you this week get unstuck in your attitude, shift directions in your life. Join in at laurenscott.com. You guys are amazing members and you guys are amazing community. And I just love every single one of you. Share this video. Share what we're doing, okay? I am no longer doing one-on-ones, so I can literally focus all of my energy on you all as a collective group because together we can do even so much more. And that's what I'm recognizing. I'm like, together, this carries momentum like a snowball going down the hill, a really good snowball that's going to make a very big positive dent on this planet. Thank you, guys. Gotta let the dog out now. Bye, guys.